How's everybody doing today? Hopefully that light saturation isn't too bad. It's middle of the day, July 17th of 2021. We have a bunch of tomatoes forming and escalating, and we want to try to test as many varieties of tomato and pepper this year as we can. And so this one would be the second one up that we have, and we've kind of decided it's probably far along enough to try out and show you guys. Angel's had some of these already. It's the blue cream cherry tomato. Like most cherry tomato plants, it grows really vigorously, especially the indeterminate kinds. This one isn't an indeterminate. I'm not sure where the seeds come from. I'm not sure about heirloom, any of that stuff on it. I know that they're supposed to get a shoulder to them. They're really small cherry tomatoes. They're supposed to get a shoulder to them, but that usually depends on light saturation. So this one being next to a tree makes it so that it doesn't get quite light saturation unless we trim perfectly to kind of let that stuff in. But they normally get like a purple shoulder, and that purple shoulder at one point will have a little bit of a blue hue to it. And I think a lot of times when you hear about blue tomatoes, blue peppers, things like that, it's usually that hue that you see for a second and wanting to claim it as a blue variety, because blue's the rarest color in nature. So it would be more rare to see like a typical blue like you might see on the chairs there or the pots over here. But this is the blue cream cherry. It has been super productive. Angel's eaten lots of these yet. I haven't tried it yet, and we'll see if Kiddo wants to sit down and maybe give a try too. Angel said so far that they've been really mild. Plant grows strong and vigorous. It would be our first producing tomato in the yard. I know that we tested the lemon ice, the dwarf lemon ice tomato first, but this has actually been producing for us first for a while too. We put it up with our cherry types or small types. Is 2 black cherry tomatoes here, which have a lot of tomatoes forming on them, and Atomic Grape, which has a few growing on it too. The Atomic Grape's my favorite yard snacking small style tomato, and the black cherry's Angel's favorite. So, and we always want to try something new and unique, and we've never tried these before. I think it was a part of another seed order we were making, and if you spend a couple extra bucks you might get free shipping kind of thing. And so we kind of grabbed these, and they ended up where the black cherry was supposed to be. These were supposed to be next to the Atomic Grape, with the black cherry out here. So they were given a really good spot, really protected in order to get growing. We trim up the branches, tomato cage attached to posts. The rain we've been having is trying to lay a lot of these out. We're about to get some more rain and weather and stuff like that, so let's give these a try indoors. So we'll catch you in a second. July 17th of 2021. Thanks for watching. Love you guys. Alright, so here they are. We have gotten a couple splits in them, and that is mostly because of our crazy weather we're having in July. And we're about to get a bunch more, so I want to get as many of these that as the tomatoes out there and the peppers get going, I'd like to get as many of the sit downs individual with them as we can. Let me start off by saying, you know, how much I appreciate you guys sitting with us and watching our videos. We don't want to be taken as professionals or anything else like that. We're a super small family in a super small town, just growing what we can in our yard so that we can kind of have a unique experience. We've made a lot of friends through YouTube here, and we look at our subs as more friends or family than we do anything else like that. So when we're sitting down, we're just kind of telling you our individual opinions in a super small window. So our main goal is just to show our friends and family something unique, and to sit down and have fun making these videos, and kind of relaying the opinion. There may be some relevant information that comes out of them, but it's more about who we are trying to be as we do testing and the pepper videos, because we enjoy doing them so much, but we don't want to come off as pretentious or know-it-alls or necessarily even tutors. We have lots of failures each year. We try to crowd the garden. We don't really have plans. We just try to push out as many unique varieties as we can, see what we can get to some sort of production, and sit down with something unique. We like plants that have unique names, unique qualities to the plant, unique colors and looks to the fruits that come off of them. And so this is the blue cream cherry, and it's really kind of interesting that this one kind of made it, because I wanted to throw something we hadn't tried as more of a cherry style tomato. A lot of people like the sour bite of cherry tomatoes. I would say that the black cherry isn't really, I don't know how to explain the black cherry tomato. It's our favorite.
It's really sweet.
The Atomic Grape might be my favorite snacking tomato though, because it kind of tasted plum-like. This one right here, I was hoping would have a unique taste to it and more of a mild flavor, but I'm not quite sure. I'm going to try it for the first time. And I'm not going to cut one open. I might even save some seeds off of some of these ones that are ripened along, or I just might save seeds next time and just eat these right now, but I'm not going to cut it open. It just seems really, really juicy inside of it. Angel was saying they're mild, and they are pretty mild. Mild for a cherry tomato, I'd say, though. It still has a little bit of a sweet pop. I would say this one would be an easier one to snack on than, say, maybe even the black cherry. Just because of the mildness to it, it's almost like refreshing to not have like too much. Like if I was to sit down with a bowl full of black cherry tomatoes and eat the whole thing, I'm sure I would be getting that bite from cherry tomatoes at some point.
Acid stomach.
This one right here, I could probably eat quite a few of these. They're really, really small, even for cherry tomatoes. And like when we talk about like the plants that we grow and things like that, I wouldn't say I would never recommend this one to anybody else like that. It was being that it's a smaller cherry would push it to being a faster producing one. Nothing really stands out major with the flavor that I would say it's super unique like some of the tomatoes that we grow.
Try another one.
It is really good too. Yeah, I could see me snacking on these. It's a really mild tomato. I hate to say that it would be something for youngsters to grow because adults can enjoy. We almost cut out cherry tomatoes because we wanted to grow some of the bigger powerhouse tomatoes with the big flavor and the higher amount of usage. But as a yard snack, this is a really mild yard snack, and I bet kids would go out. I bet Kiddo would love to gather these. If he wouldn't even try this tomato with us because he doesn't like tomatoes. He's tried one of these before. He was able to swallow it, but he didn't like it. So I offered to put it on top of a cookie, and he just said it would make the flavor worse. So he's not going to try it. I'll let Angel give it a shot real quick.
I like it. I think it's really tasty. And it's something that I definitely could just snack on while I'm out in the garden. It's not too acidic. It doesn't have that clench your jaw type, you know, pop. But it does taste like a cherry tomato. It's just a juicier, like UT said, refreshing. It's a refreshing flavor, and it is sweet, but I like it. I think it's good.
So a really good little yard snack. I would recommend anybody grow it. It grows a really vigorous, indeterminate plant. I would recommend anybody grow it just to try it for once. I wouldn't say it would be a staple in our yard. I'm not sure if we'll grow them next year. I think we're going to wait and save seeds off of other ones that are out there. It gives off a lot of trussels, so
Yeah.
I would recommend somebody grow it if you want to grow a cherry snack tomato out of the yard. Something that might not be too acidic. They normally get purple shoulders, and that has to do with light saturation. I'll show you more on the tomatoes that are still out there in a second. But yeah, really good, like sweet, mild yard snack. Not too bad. This one's a little underdone. That made it even more mild. I like that. I tend to like tomatoes a little underdone, just when they're just barely starting to ripe. Angel likes when they're, if anything, a tiny bit over, but definitely not under. So yeah, really good stuff. I'll take you guys outside and we'll finish this video up. Love you guys. Catch you in a second. Alright, so I'm not sure how well this is coming in. can see or not, there's darker green shoulders up here and a lighter green color underneath. And not with all types, but with almost all types, regardless of that shoulder. Sometimes like with the Cherokee Purple, it'll come in a green with a purplish looking tomato. The shoulder almost always, when it's forming like that, at this point while it's still green, if we get enough light saturation on it, it'll darken that shoulder. But if it doesn't get enough light saturation, that shoulder will get lighter and lighter colored. So the ones that are still ripening right here, if I selectively prune through here, I'll get light saturation on them and being able to darken up that shoulder. This one is a purple shouldered one. I know that none of the ones that we had really showed that, but we will definitely be getting more of those kind. I hate to just talk about the positives, especially the first few tomatoes. There's not really a lot of use for this tomato for us. If we were looking for a snacker, I think we still would definitely lean towards the black cherry tomato or the atomic grape. But this is a really good snacker. I could see people that might like it a lot. You can't really dice it up for salsas. You can't really use it for sauces. I guess if you like cherry tomatoes in your salads, it would be a really good one for that too. It wouldn't be like some cherry tomatoes, when you put them in your salad, it kind of has the overwhelming tomato flavor. This one would be more of an accent of tomato flavor in a salad, I would guess. So it'd be kind of cool like that, but a really unique color, a really unique plant. We grow them up and we try to attach them to the center post, 2 per large container, and we're also caging them around, and when they start coming up, we try to lean them out so they don't just grow so long they fall. A lot of times we hook them up to the crossbars that we have here. So that's in order to just keep the plant up. It's really hard to explain how we do it, because we kind of just watch how the plant's growing, where it starts to tip or maybe bend at the stem, and then we just try to layer them out. Otherwise, every year we get probably 10-foot plants. We could probably grow them 10 to 15 feet high if we just kept on trying to stack them, but we'll eventually cut the growth tips and let some of the suckers go, and those ones will be a lot of times another wave. But we probably don't cut back enough on our tomatoes as we should in order for production. This year we're really slow on our tomato production because we hit a heat wave. Right now we're about to hit a really weird July thunderstorm 9 or 10 days in a row. I haven't really seen anything like it in this area, but this is a UT Angel and Kiddo. It is July 17th of 2021, and this is the blue cream cherry. Tons of tomatoes forming. They're reaching across everywhere. That's why when we save seeds, we try to warn people. When we share seeds, we could definitely have a higher percentage of crosses. This is a trussel of black cherry right next to a trussel of blue cream. So we usually grow our seeds out like the next year, the year after, and then we can kind of see at that point if they were true to type. So a lot of the ones that we share, we just save so many of them and stuff, and we're more just to trying to inspire people to grow. If we get crosses in our yard, we don't really mind at all. If we're looking for something specific, we'll usually find the seeds or use the seeds that we've had shared with us before. So UT Angel and Kiddo, we'll catch you next time. Love ya. This is the blue cream cherry tomato. Thanks for watching.